Ladies and gentlemen, in life, there are moments when we are disrespected, by words, by actions, or by silence, but how we respond defines who we are. Today, I will not speak about revenge. I will not speak about anger. Instead, I will share with you 5 silent moves, quiet actions, invisible to the eye, but powerful enough to shift the energy in any room, and strong enough to make those who once disrespected you look back and regret. These moves are not loud, they do not demand attention, but just like the wind, you don't see them, you feel their presence. Let us begin with discipline, with awareness, with purpose. When someone disrespects you, the immediate impulse for many is to react through anger, confrontation, or emotional expression. But those who walk a disciplined path understand a deeper truth, that silence can be louder than noise, and growth can speak louder than arguments. Elevating in silence is not about proving others wrong with words, but about rising in such a way that your very presence becomes the response. Success, when nurtured quietly, carries a special kind of strength. It does not beg for validation. It does not scream for attention. Instead, it moves steadily, consistently, and deliberately. And those who once doubted you, disrespected you, or tried to diminish you, find themselves watching as you evolve into someone they can no longer ignore. In the Shi Heng way, progress is not always displayed. It is internal, built through discipline, repetition, and patience. The warrior does not speak of every hour spent training. He lets his skill reveal itself when the time is right. In life, the same principle applies. You do not need to broadcast every step you take. The work done in the shadows, when no one is watching, is what builds the kind of success that silences every critic. People who disrespect you often do so because they assume you are beneath them, that you lack the strength, the intelligence, or the resilience to rise. When you choose not to engage in arguments or defend yourself emotionally, but instead shift your energy inward toward your craft, your purpose, your self-development, you are no longer reacting to them. You are building something greater than their opinion, your legacy. Silently elevating means choosing growth over noise. It means waking up early to work on your goals while others are still sleeping in their comfort. It means choosing discipline when the easy option is to complain. It means turning pain into power, not through revenge, but through self-mastery. Your results will speak, your transformation will echo, and those who disrespected you will see what they failed. Recognize your worth. This path is not about ego. It's not about proving others wrong out of spite. It's about building yourself up so solidly that external disrespect no longer touches your inner peace. Your actions, your results, your calm confidence, all become undeniable. In time, those who once disrespected you will either adjust their view of you, or they will fall silent, unable to process how the person they once overlooked has now risen so far beyond them. What makes silent elevation so powerful is that it doesn't give others the satisfaction of your reaction. When people try to bring you down and you do not engage, they are left confused. They expect resistance. They expect to see the impact of their words or actions. But when they see none, when they see you focused, consistent, and advancing, it breaks the illusion of their power over you. This move of rising without noise is both a discipline and a mindset. It requires trust in yourself and patience in the process. You don't chase validation. You don't seek applause. You let your life become the message. Every step forward, every win, every evolution speaks for you. And those who once doubted or disrespected you, they feel the weight of that silence. They watch your rise, and their own noise fades into the background. There is a certain kind of power in choosing to walk away, to withdraw your energy from people or situations that once had your attention. When someone disrespects you, it can be tempting to try and prove your worth to them, to stay engaged in a battle of words or emotions. But true strength often lies in your ability to detach, not out of weakness or avoidance, but out of awareness that your energy is too valuable to be spent where it is not respected. People notice presence. They become used to your time, your attention, your kindness, your availability, and often it is only when that presence disappears that they begin to understand its value. When you withdraw silently, without drama or announcement, you disrupt the expectation they had of you. You shift the balance of power. Your absence speaks louder than your words ever could. Energy is not infinite. Where you invest it determines what grows in your life. If you continually pour your focus into trying to change people's minds or earn their respect, you drain yourself in the wrong direction. But when you reclaim that energy and reinvest it in your growth, your healing, your purpose, you begin to create a life that reflects your self-respect, not their approval. In the martial arts, retreat is not always a sign of surrender. Sometimes it is strategy. A step back allows you to regain clarity, to observe without being entangled, to understand the opponent's movement. In the same way, withdrawing your energy from disrespectful people allows you to see things as they are, not as you hoped they would be. It gives you perspective, and from that space you gain power. When you are constantly available to people who disrespect you, you reinforce their belief that your value is optional, that you will always return no matter how they treat you. But when you remove your energy calmly, without argument, they are left to sit with the emptiness you once filled. That silence becomes a mirror. It reflects back their behavior, and for many, that is when regret begins to surface. This kind of withdrawal is not passive. It is a decision. It is an act of strength that requires control over your emotions, because part of you wants to be heard, to express how you feel, to explain why you're stepping away, but silence removes the need for explanation. It lets your absence become the consequence, and that consequence is often far more effective than any confrontation. People remember how your presence made them feel. They remember the support, the care, the energy you gave. When all of that is gone, they are left with a void, and it is in that void that realization begins. They start to question why you left, what pushed you away, what they did or failed to do that caused the distance. That quiet space does what words cannot. It teaches. You do not owe your energy to anyone who cannot value it. You do not have to justify your silence. The act of walking away, of creating distance, is sometimes the only language that people understand. And in that distance, they come to recognize the weight of what they lost. Not because you punished them, but because you stopped trying to prove anything at all. When you stop showing up for people who refuse to treat you with basic respect, you change the dynamic entirely. You shift from trying to be understood to choosing to be at peace. That peace, that space, that distance, it speaks, and often it speaks with a clarity and impact far greater than any words you could have offered. Composure is a rare quality in a world where emotional reactions are often mistaken for strength. When someone disrespects you, the natural reaction is to feel the sting, to respond with anger, or to demand recognition. But those who have cultivated inner stillness know that true power lies not in how loudly you react, but in how calmly you hold your ground. When you master unshakable composure, you become a mystery to those who try to provoke you. They expect chaos, but you offer silence. They expect a battle, but you remain centered, and that confuses them more than any retaliation ever could. Composure is not the absence of emotion. It is the mastery of emotion. It is the ability to feel every insult, every slight, every provocation, and still choose not to let it control your response. It is a sign of deep self-respect. When you are composed, you are not denying your pain. You are deciding that your peace is more valuable than proving a point, and that decision changes everything. In traditional martial arts, a calm mind is the most dangerous weapon. A fighter who reacts emotionally is predictable, easily manipulated, but the one who stands still, who breathes evenly, who does not flinch, this is the one who cannot be broken. Life operates in much the same way. People who try to disrespect you are often looking for a reaction. They want to see that they've gotten under your skin. When you give them nothing, no anger, no defensiveness, no visible discomfort, you take away their power. There is strength in stillness. When you are calm, you think more clearly. You see the situation for what it is, not through the lens of hurt or pride. You are not impulsive, you are intentional. This ability to stay grounded, especially in the face of disrespect, forces others to reevaluate their perception of you. They may have thought you were weak, passive, or easily shaken, but your composure shows them otherwise. It becomes a silent mirror, reflecting back their own instability while you remain unmoved. People don't expect silence when they insult you. They expect defense, justification, or attack. So when they are met with calm observation, it disrupts the pattern. It makes them uncomfortable. They start to question what lies beneath your quiet response. They wonder why their words didn't affect you, why you're not reacting like others do. That uncertainty becomes their discomfort, not yours. You flipped the dynamic, not through aggression, but through mastery. To be composed is to choose dignity over drama. It means valuing your inner peace more than momentary victories in arguments. It means not allowing someone's disrespect to determine your behavior. You are not ignoring the insult, you are rising above it, and from that place of stillness, your presence speaks louder than anything you could say. Unshakable composure is built through daily discipline. It comes from knowing who you are, what you stand for, and what you will no longer tolerate. It is strengthened through solitude, reflection, and intentional living. When you walk with that kind of quiet strength, people notice even if they don't say it out loud. They sense that there is something different about you, something untouchable, and those who once disrespected you begin to realize that they never really understood your power. When you do not flinch, when you do not chase, when you do not explain, you are no longer participating in their story. You are writing your own. That shift creates discomfort in those who try to provoke you. It makes them question their actions, not because you corrected them, but because your calm made their chaos visible. They see the contrast, and in that contrast, they begin to feel the weight of their own behavior.